Howdy everyone, Poacher here with an Age of Magic video, and in today's video we're moving into the next round of the AI Championships, Belgarath versus Clarinette. And I've got an interesting board, some good heroes, some not so good heroes. So we'll jump into the bands and picks and go from there. Pretty straightforward things. Let's recreate what happened. So Bell won the coin toss and opted to go first. So first band was Morrigan by Bell, Lascari by Clarinette, Bell Royna, Clarinette Arcane, Bell Vulcan, Clarinette Qatar. So very strong bands. You do not want your opponent getting any of these heroes. Vulcan, I don't think such a big deal. It takes her a bit of time to rev up. Morrigan, absolutely not. Royna, absolutely not. Arcane, absolutely not. Those are three characters you definitely do not want to leave on the field. But going into picks, Bell went with the strong rock pick first. Going to get that great character, good CC, good damage, quite quick. And then over to Clarinette, who went Cathbad and Magnus. Now, I don't know the mindset of these players. I don't know what's going on. But in the conversation between the two players while they were picking, Clarinette said that she completely missed that Valar was on the field. So she went Cathbad and Magnus. Now, by all means, not horrible choices, but leaving Bell for the obvious pickup of Valar and Mabe. Those were his next picks. So he got the Valar, he got the Mabe. So good pick there. Really strong. Mabe, I think, is just one of those characters that people see and they can't leave her. If I had to pick between Rock and Mabe, I would still pick Rock as my first pick. But I do not think Bell was expecting to get the Valar. So that was a big win for him, especially with the AoE damage. He's going to get a lot from that. Moving back over to Clarinette. After that, she went the Mirrodin and the Goblina, Thick Lips. Now, the Mirrodin, all four. I think there's definitely some strategy. Again, this is what I'm saying, but I don't know if the players are thinking of what's going to happen or fully understand what every character can do. But Mirrodin is a great pick against Bell's team, especially with the passive. When AoE damage hits him, range damage hits him, he will deal damage back. The Sweet Lips pick, questionable. I personally wouldn't have gone for Sweet Lips, especially we got a cage on the field. So yeah, I don't. At this point though, the pickings are getting quite slim. But that was from Claire. Back to Bell, who went the cage and the Sabertooth. Back to Claire, who then picked up a Tiles for her last pick. I think a Tiles is a decent pick, especially when you know your opponent has an AoE character. It's going to trigger the taunt on him. For subs, Bell got the Rogar and the Troder, so got the last two tanks on the field, whereas Clarinette got the Gasser and the Sharazar. So very interesting lineup of heroes. I think it was definitely a big misstep letting the Valar go, even if not paying attention. I think it was a costly mistake, but we'll see what happens when we get into the battle. So we'll jump over to the battle now and see who wins. Jumping into the first fight with Clarinette and Bell. Clarinette has a pretty hard fight ahead of her. With the Valar and Rock, there is a lot on Bell's team, but Claire does have two tanks and a Mirrodin, so it's essentially going to be up to the Mirrodin as the Rock is taken out quite quickly, and the Cathbad is able to resurrect the Mirrodin as well, but Cathbad will be a main target. The downfall of Bell's team is he has no healing, and if he cannot break through the wall that Claire has, Clarinette is going to take this, and by the looks of it, her team surprisingly is doing a lot better than expected, as there is no characters that have fallen yet, as Valar falls it as a 3v5 situation. A Tile's on the verge of dying. The taunts are now off. Nope, that's a lie. They're not off. There is still the taunt on Magnus. A Tile's falls. Magnus kicks into action, going to allow Cathbad unhindered, but Sabertooth can bypass that. And he takes a few more hits, but there's just not enough damage anymore, as Cathbad is the main source of the target now that the taunt off. Magnus is gone, but is ineffective. Clarinette surprisingly takes the first point with a surprising, commanding win. We're going to have to take the fight over to the contenders and see what they want to do for round number 2. Jumping into the second round of Bell versus Clarinette. And Bell has taken out his cage and put in a Rogar. So got a tank as support. Let's see if it makes any difference. Taunt comes out on the Rogar, and the Cathbad's turn is coming up shortly, so the heal will come out. Big damage on the Rock there. He's in critical HP. If Rock does an AoE ability, he will kill himself. Mirrodin puts a dot on him. He's dead anyway. There's nothing that Rock can do. The heal has come out from Cathbad. Going to give a lot more survivability to Clarinette's team. AoE comes out from Rock. He actually didn't kill, but the AoE did eventually just kill himself because of Mirrodin's passive. And we are back. Villa on critical HP. Clarinette's team almost at full HP. There is not much they're doing at the moment other than just winning. There's not much Bell can do at this point, unfortunately. There's 3 characters left. Only one of them is a decent character. Sabretooth, I mean, he's not achieving anything, unfortunately. Rogar in critical HP. None of Clarinette's characters are in critical HP. Rogar very close to dying. He will be eliminated as Mirrodin comes through with his basic attack. Cathbad gets a bit of shield and another set of healing comes out from Cathbad. 2 characters left. They cannot achieve anything. Mabe cannot even take Cathbad into critical, but Sabretooth does, but doesn't matter because he's topped straight back up the moment his turn comes around. AoE comes out, stuns the Mabe, and a task comes through and finishes off, giving the second point to Clarinette. 2 points to Clarinette. 0 points to Bell, unfortunately. Bell being eliminated from the competition and Clarinette moving on to the next set of rounds.